Okay, this is what's left of the stuff that was planted in the spring, well, through February, through April, and is left here. There are some tomatoes and broccoli, which really are not doing very well, but are ready to be planted. There's a lot of marigolds in here, some green peppers down here, some foxglove that is still kind of hanging on, more tomatoes. These are meat tomatoes, and I'm not sure what's up with them. They're not very green, but they seem to be very healthy. And there's some more foxglove in there and more marigolds. This is cosmos, and mostly more tomatoes. So they're pretty much out here now. And this is our yard. So this is our porch. Lovely screened-in porch. You can see. We have bushes on either side of our porch. That's the office in there. And there's bedrooms up there. There's the evil backhoe, which is wonderful. We used to have a lot of trees that blocked us from the road, but the power guys came and basically cut them all down because they were worried about the power lines. So now we don't have that, and we're going to put blackberries with thorns in there to discourage people and to grow up and give us a little bit more privacy. We have roses here. They look like tea roses, and then there's full-length bushy roses up there. And the big hole that you see here is going to be our strawberry bed. Now, it's not going to be a traditional bed. I'm actually going to build up kind of like my spiral garden, but instead of being a spiral, it's going to be a succession of circles. And so the strawberries will be planted in each level, and then we'll spill down over the top. We got a big, huge stump out of there, and we are in the process of filling it in with relatively decent soil, building it up so it's level, and then the bricks that are over behind the cars over there will get put in over the top into our little thing. This is the children's going to be their slingshot. I think they're going to try and make Angry Birds for real. This is our front door, our newly cleaned roof, workshop. As you can see, we actually have quite a lot of land. It's not quite an acre, but it's a fairly good layout. This section up here in front of the house is the lawn. It will continue to be the lawn. That was a promise upon moving in. Now, you can see our neighbor over there who has manicured lawn. He looks like he has AstroTurf. It's so perfect. He's out every week doing everything. I swear he's not mowing, he's vacuuming. I really think it's turf. But anyway, ours doesn't look that nice. All of this is obviously not edible, but I'm hoping that it will at some point become edible. This is slightly shady, so what I have to do is find vegetables that will do well in this dappled shade. I'd say it gets a good 7 or 8 hours of sun, so it's not like it gets a little bit, but some of it is like this, it's dappled. So there's a bit of a garden here, and it has some daylilies, some other plants which we haven't yet figured out. There are daffodils in here that came up in the spring. I don't know what most of these are. We don't have no idea what this is. I believe that these here are daylilies, but it's kind of an odd shape, and we don't really know what's under there. So we have our red maple, which I love. I would love to put like a seat underneath it. And here we have the gardens. Now, right now we don't have all the beds built yet, but this is, oh, my signs have fallen down. I'm going to pull them up. Okay. just so you get an idea of what it's supposed to look like. Those are the beans, which haven't come up yet. They only just got planted. And this side over here, these are peas. They're provider peas. If you look carefully in the background and listen, you can hear our resident mama cardinal, who's, oh, there's the daddy. He's bright red. Mama's got a nest in there, and I think she must have babies. We've been very careful not to go over there and bother her. But they're very beautiful. The green that you see here are store-bought cabbages. I believe they're early Wakefield cabbages, but they got planted a couple of days ago. They're doing wonderfully. It's a little dry right now, but you can see how good, and we're getting rain tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. This is the first of our tire planters, which you may have seen on my blog. And in here, we have, oh, let me get my shadow out of the way. This is all lettuce. Over here we have beets. The 3 over here are radishes. Over here we have 4 kinds of carrots, and at the back we have spinach. And over here is broccoli that I sprouted indoors and which I've just recently planted outdoors. They've actually doubled in size in the 4 days since I put them out, so I'm guessing it was a good idea to get them out here. But even my carrots are starting to come through, which surprised me. I only planted them a little over a week ago. Here we have the herb planter. We planted this one a little deeper, and there's actually marigolds planted all the way around the inside. So it'll be like herbs within a ring of multicolored marigolds, and I'm hoping that'll keep rabbits and other critters out. The parsley is store-bought. It looked really good and it was cheap. But we also have dill, basil, different kind of basil, dwarf basil, oregano, chives, green onion, and more cilantro. And then I have 2, I don't know if you can see them, there's one right there and one right there, little baby tomatoes. They're meat tomatoes. I don't know how well they'll do here. The rest of the tomatoes are going to be in a second planter like that one. It'll be a raised bed, and it'll be just behind it where that pile of wood is. But I haven't had a chance to build it yet, and the tomatoes really aren't ready to go out yet anyway. We're still having nights that drop into the 30s. So I'm just keeping the tomatoes in their containers. This is the girl twins garden. She's 6. This is her square-foot garden. She currently has sunflowers planted in these 2 back squares. And in these 2 back squares, this one right here is broccoli. It's a hybrid broccoli, and it's doing pretty well. We just put it in yesterday. This right here is provider beans, which is a bush bean. And the ones up here are Danvers half-long carrots. And then eventually she's going to have peas and cucumbers here, and cherry tomatoes along the back, and a few others. Here we have our tire swing. The playset is falling apart. It was here when we got here, but the boss man is going to be fixing that up, and we also have the parts to make a much larger structure. Over there in the corner, you can just kind of see, right about over there, there's fencing. There was originally a dog fence in behind the house. We are going to be cutting it up and making it into potato towers for growing potatoes, and they will go back here, kind of where the tarp is, basically. I plan on hopefully getting 5 or 6 pounds of seed potatoes, because I'd really like to have a lot of potatoes, and we're going to go with red potatoes. Oh, we have lovely lilacs coming up here. This here, which you can kind of barely see because of the light, is our apple tree, and it's blossoming up beautifully. Anyway, in that back corner where the fencing is, we also eventually will be putting our chicken coop. Our neighbors, the only neighbors which are close enough to really care, are right there. Everybody else is like pretty far away, and these neighbors think it's cool that we're going to have chickens. Their basic statement was, if you give us eggs, we won't say a darn thing, which to me is a great way. Bribery is a fantastic thing. The chicken coop will probably take up most of this space in here. Down into the back will be where the coop is, and then it'll extend forward with a run where the chickens can kind of get out and play around. And once they're settled and kind of used to living here, of course, we'll let them out once in a while, although perhaps not too often because, you know, the road is right there. Now, this isn't a busy road, as you can tell, because we haven't had anything go by while we've been talking, but this is home. The wood there is actually the wood that we're in the process of cutting up for next year. Sorry for the shaky lens, I had a wasp on me. That wood is, some of it we bucked last year, and some of it is from wood that the guys took down when they were cutting down our privacy fence. So yeah, that's not cool. But anyway, we've got our some of our wood for the year. Oh, there's our beautiful guy again. I don't know, he's in a real snit. I must be really near where they're keeping their chicks or something. Oh, he's going to start dive bombing me soon. Eventually, the asparagus is going to go in here, but it won't go in now because it was too late and everything was weird, and when it needed to go in, they didn't have any for me. And then it disappeared overnight, so I'm going to order some in the fall. It's not the best time to put it in, but it's not too bad. And so our garden will be, our asparagus will go in the fall. I've been putting wood ash in the soil and mixing it to fix the pH of the soil. I don't know if you can see. Our cardinals are very upset with me. I must be getting very close to things that they don't want me near. The little plants along the back there are actually wild strawberries, so they probably will stay where they are. And this right here, boink, right there, that's my rhubarb, which I did manage to get planted in time, so that's doing quite well. And it's surrounded by hostas and other things. I've had to kind of keep attacking things that encroach on its space because I want to keep them there. So, yeah, that's it.